Kendrick Lamar, the political voice of a generation. In the summer of 2015, a group of black activists left a conference in Cleveland, Ohio. They walked into the street and, without planning it, began chanting the chorus of a song by a rapper from Compton. That chant, "We gon' be all right," would become the defining sound of a movement. The man behind those words had not set out to write a protest anthem. He set out to make music that was true. Part 1. Origin Story, Compton to the Conversation. Kendrick Lamar Duckworth was born in 1987 in Compton, California, a city that had already become a symbol. NWA had painted it in primary colors: police sirens, street corners, the raw electricity of rage. Kendrick grew up in that world. He saw Tupac Shakur and Dr. Dre film the video for California Love in his neighborhood as a child. The streets he walked were not abstract political talking points, they were a normal day. His early mixtapes circulated quietly through West Coast hip-hop circles through the late 2000s. But when Section 80 arrived in 2011, something different was happening. This was not just the story of one man's survival, it was a sociological portrait. The album addressed everything from the crack epidemic's generational aftermath to the anxieties of a generation caught between the promise of Obama's election and the stubborn reality of systemic inequality. Section 80 did something politically important that is often overlooked. It named the generation. It called out what Kendrick saw as complacency, materialism, and self-destruction in post-Reagan Black America. He wasn't giving easy answers. He was asking harder questions. Part 2, Good Kid, Mad City and the Politics of Place. In 2012, Kendrick released Good Kid, Mad City, subtitled pointedly, a short film by Kendrick Lamar. It debuted at number 2 on the Billboard 200 and changed what mainstream hip-hop was allowed to say. The album's political power is structural. It does not make speeches. It makes you live inside Compton for 45 minutes. You ride in the back of that caravan. You make the choices a teenager makes when the options are limited and the stakes are catastrophic. The politics emerge from the narrative itself. This approach, telling the particular story so precisely that it becomes universal, would become Kendrick's signature. In 2012, the language of systemic racism had not yet entered mainstream political discourse. But Good Kid, Mad City was laying groundwork. It was making a generation of listeners, many of them non-black, suburban, far from Compton, feel the weight of what it meant to grow up in a system designed against you. Part 3, To Pimp a Butterfly and the Great Reckoning. Then came To Pimp a Butterfly, released in March 2015 in the immediate aftermath of Ferguson, the rise of Black Lives Matter, and the string of police killings that had convulsed the country. The album landed with seismic force. It was jazz and funk and spoken word and fury and grief, all compressed into something that felt like a document of the historical moment. The song All Right became something few artists ever achieve. It became an anthem before the year was out. At the BET Awards in June 2015, Kendrick performed the song standing on top of a vandalized police car, backed by a tattered American flag. It was a tableau, a piece of political theater delivered to one of the largest black television audiences of the year. But the song's real power was demonstrated in the streets. Later that same July, at a Movement for Black Lives conference at Cleveland State University, attendees leaving the event witnessed a black teenager being harassed by police at a bus stop. People began chanting, "We gon' be all right." From a rap record to a protest chant in real time. The song was played at the Million Man March. It was played at Trump protest rallies. Pitchfork later named it Song of the Decade, a cornerstone of the hashtag Black Lives Matter movement, a beacon of light that ushered people away from terror. When George Floyd was killed in May 2020 and protests erupted globally, streams of All Right surged by 71%. To Pimp a Butterfly also engaged directly with the politics of its era in subtler ways. Hood politics drew explicit parallels between street gang dynamics and the Democratic and Republican parties, arguing that political power operates through the same mechanisms of loyalty, violence, and territorial control. The Blacker the Berry wrestled with the contradiction of condemning police violence while grappling with black-on-black gun violence, a political third rail that Kendrick touched with unflinching honesty. The album was, among other things, an artistic response to the Obama presidency, not a celebration, but a reckoning. The Obama years had inspired hope and revealed limits simultaneously. Kendrick captured both. That relationship with Obama became literal. In December 2015, President Obama named to pimp a Butterfly track "How Much a Dollar Cost" his favorite song of the year. In January 2016, a video was released showing Kendrick at the White House. He had literally walked onto the lawn from the album's artwork. The image of hip-hop in the Oval Office was no longer metaphor. Part 4, Damn, and the Pulitzer. In 2017, Kendrick released Damn, and in April 2018, it made history. The Pulitzer Prize Board awarded Damn the Pulitzer Prize for Music, making Kendrick the first non-classical or non-jazz artist to win the award in its 75-year history. The Pulitzer Committee called it a virtuosic song collection unified by its vernacular authenticity and rhythmic dynamism that offers affecting vignettes capturing the complexity of modern African-American life. The political significance of this moment extends beyond the music itself. The Pulitzer Prize is America's formal literary establishment, recognizing that a black man from Compton, rapping about police brutality, systemic racism, and the internal contradictions of survival, had produced a work of enduring American significance. Hip-hop, long dismissed as noise, was now officially literature. Damn is politically complex in a way that resists easy sloganeering. It turns inward. It examines the cost of the burden Kendrick had taken on, the cost of being a conscious rapper, of carrying the expectations of a community, of articulating suffering for an audience that may consume that suffering as entertainment. It asks, what does it do to a person to be the voice of a generation? This is itself a political statement. The commodification of black pain, its transformation into content, into streaming revenue, into white guilt placated by a Spotify play, is one of the defining political tensions of our cultural moment. Kendrick examined it from the inside.